Hey everyone, I'm Chris Hooten, and I wanted to give you just some quick information that might help you buy a home. So we're in a crazy time right now, especially in my area, which is the Central Valley of California. So if you're listening to me from this area, this information will hopefully be really helpful for you. We are in an inventory shortage, almost an inventory crisis. So for example, in Tulare County in the month of May, there was, 676 houses listed on the market. Of those, just over 400 went pending. So that means if we don't replenish those listings in this month, we could literally have no houses to sell after June's activity. So that is remarkable, first of all, but also something that you should pay attention to, because if you are home shopping in this market, you have to be aware of that, and you have to be ready on the correct way to write an offer. You have to be educated on what it's going to take to get that offer accepted, because the market is, believe it or not, flooded with buyers. There's just no inventory. So it is very, very competitive, even with everything that's going on in the world. The market, especially in this area, if you're in the Bay Area or down south, or friends that are out of state, it might be completely different. But in my little slice of heaven here, very, very competitive, and you have to be willing to, when you write your offer, to say, okay, what am I willing to pay for this house? Not what is it listed for. What am I willing to pay? Also, you are hopefully working with a quality realtor that's going to tell you this is what it's going to take. And then you have to write your offer in a way that it removes as many stipulations as possible, because the seller is going to be reviewing multiple offers. So the less that you're asking for, and the better the terms that you can make for the seller, the more likely your offer is to get accepted. Okay, now you might think of that and say, wow, I don't want to overpay for a house. Why don't I just sit on the sidelines until the dust settles? Here's the thing. With inventory being so low, it is absolutely going to be driving prices up. Okay, and for how long it will be driving prices up, we don't know, but what we also know is interest rates are still remarkably low. Okay, so those two things, prices on the uprise, interest rates very low, are indicators that if you can buy right now, you should buy right now. So what I'm trying to say here is you have to be educated of the market, you have to have a quality realtor that's giving you good advice, and you have to be willing to write an offer in a way that is going to give you a chance. Because if not, you're wasting your time, you're wasting the realtor's time, and honestly, you're probably going to end up getting disappointed and discouraged. I have some clients that are learning the hard way. They're on their fifth and sixth offer on different houses, and they're all getting rejected or outbid because they're, trying to negotiate and trying to get a good deal. You have to remember that the market value of a house is simply that, the market value that the seller and the buyer will agree to pay. And sometimes that has nothing to do with the appraisal. It has nothing to do with the list price. It has to do with what somebody's willing to pay for that house. So keep that in mind. Obviously, the first step in this whole process is to get pre-approved, and then you need to choose a quality realtor to work with, because it'll save you a lot of time, a lot of disappointment and discouragement. So those two things are imperative. And at the end of the day, it is still a phenomenal time to buy, because I could go on and on about all the indicators that say that this Central Valley area is going to continue to rise in value over the next 5 to 10 years. So if you can get in now, start building equity in yourself and your family, I think it's a great idea. So I hope this was helpful. My name is Chris Hooten, and I am your MLO. Thank you.